Hello, everyone out there. This is Ray. I wanted to talk to you guys about the road I had to take in order to get prepared for my gastric sleeve. The journey was at least about a year to 2 years in the making, and I want to give you guys some information upon what you can be prepared for, so that you can make the decision on if this is the right um, decision for you. It was about 2 years ago that I realized I was really overweight and I really needed to change because I noticed that my life was not progressing the way that it should. I was not able to get the jobs that I wanted because it was difficult for me to work and not have serious health problems. My love life was pretty much a shambles because a lot of times when my partners, my girlfriends at the time, wanted to do activities, I was not able to keep up with them. I wasn't able to walk long distances. I had short breath and so on and so forth. So I went to my doctor and told him asked him if I should consider weight loss surgery. He said it'd be a great idea, and that's when the journey started. My doctor had told me that the hospital that he works at currently does have an entire staff that is dedicated to the weight loss surgery, and he made a referral. I got in touch with the weight loss program, and they had came to me and said, "Okay, you have to come to a seminar," which I gladly went to the seminar. I think that was in like October of last year. And I signed up for it and everything else, to sit down and listen to the person speaking, listen to that person give their testimonial about what to be prepared for, what to expect. The second thing I did was they gave me a packet, and they said, we need to get your insurance information to see if your insurance qualifies you for this. So I went ahead and submitted my information. And when I found out that my insurance does work at that one, because just because that you have insurance doesn't mean that every hospital or every center will actually accept your insurance to do bariatric surgery. So when they told me that basically they're going to cut a pouch in your stomach that is going to resemble a banana, and they're going to make sure that you don't have acid reflux, I was on board with this because they showed me that for my best interest, that it would be better that I participated in this because it got me the results that I was looking for. In addition to that, also, I know that at my frame, because I have a very high muscle mass, that having a smaller plate of food is not going to give me the nutritional value that I needed. So onward to the journey. I met with a nurse, and she said, okay, here's a packet of information that you had to do, which basically was almost equivalent to orienteering, where you have to run with a compass and meet certain points and destinations. So one of the things that they did was they said you have to reach a certain goal weight in order to be approved, which I started working on that. I had looked up and I tried to find ways to get closer and closer to it, but I had no avail until I found out a couple of websites, which maybe in a few other videos, I'll probably give you guys a few of my secrets on what I did to drop the weight really quickly, because I actually dropped 80 pounds in less than 4 months, and I did it without any diet pills and really without exercising extra hard, and I'll tell you guys that later. So one of the things that they gave me was a list of things I needed to accomplish before I go talk to the surgeon. I had to get a psychiatric evaluation. The reason why they did that was to make sure that once I reached my goal weight, I would not be depressed, suicidal, or anything negative of that nature. The second thing they did was they had me to meet with a physician on exercise, and I had to learn how to properly exercise, because many times I used to think that you can go into the gym and just eat and just work out 3 to 4 hours a day and you would get chiseled. And I learned that at my size, it would be better if I work out a certain way. And the way that I work out now is I will get up and do my resistance bands. I'll do like 20 minutes of that, and then I'll go for a 30-minute walk. And after that, that's my workout. Um, Then I had to meet with the dietitian, and the dietitian showed me exactly what to eat and what not to eat. Now, my disclaimer is that all diets essentially do work if they are in the hands of the right person. So, if you're a person who you feel comfortable with eating a well balanced diet of fruits, veggies, and legumes and things of that nature and grains, that may potentially work for you. But in my case, I learned that the low carb, ketogenic diet is what worked best for me. And I'm not knocking anyone that has done that. It's just that the way that my body DNA is set up, my body responds better to a high protein, high fat, low carbohydrate, low sugar, low processed foods type of diet. So after I met with the dietitian about 3 times, eventually I got led up to the surgeon. Now the problem is that when I met with the surgeon, I was not at the goal weight. My starting weight was approximately 680 pounds, and I was not able to crack it. As a matter of fact, I even picked up weight before that. So I remember I was upset, I was hurt, I was depressed. I was really going through a lot because I was like, okay, I've done all these things right here. I met with the surgeon, and now I can't get the weight loss surgery in February at the time. So, what I did was I found websites and I really focused on my diet because I learned that the beautiful thing about diets is that, or the beautiful thing about losing weight is that your six packs are not made in the gym. They're actually made in the kitchen. It's all about what you're consuming. So it came time, I started pushing back. I didn't do things cold turkey. I stopped eating processed foods. I started eating um, fruit that was dipped, that was mostly in water. I ate a lot of Dole cups. Breakfast, an example of of a typical a day of eating for me was this. In the morning time, I would get up and I probably would have a bowl of oatmeal and brown sugar with flaxseed butter. For lunchtime, I would have peaches or pears in water. That was my snack. By noon to 1 o'clock, I would have chicken breast with either barbecue sauce or sometimes I eat it with Mrs. Dash. Snack time again because I eat on average about 5 times a day. My snack was typically another slice of fruit. Sometimes it was a fruit that was low on the sugar scale, and after that, I would grab a chicken breast, or sometimes I would grab tilapia fish with what do you call it? Cocktail sauce. Typically, that's pretty much what I ate, and I ate that, and before I knew it, one day I went in there to the scale and I was supposed to be 680, and I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be 680, no big deal. And it says 643. Looked at the doctor and said, this can't be right because all I did was eat normally. So, the nurse got on the scale and she said that the scale is 100% accurate. So about 6 weeks later, I came back and I repeated the process, and we found out that I went back down to about six. I think I got down to like 617, 615, and I was like, um, all I did was eat healthy. I really wasn't exercising that much. And so they were like, yeah, you're doing it. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. My doctor was proud of me. My dietitian was proud of me, and a lot of other people. So came October, the doctor came to me, and the doctor said, okay, actually, this was back in August. The doctor said, okay, we're going to schedule you for another 6 weeks, and we want to see if you can hit that weight loss goal. So I went ahead and came in there to the doctor's office. I kept doing what I was doing. I kept taking my medication. I kept in contact with my primary doctor, and I kept going on and on. Well, when the deal was done and everything was aligned, I found out that I got down to my target weight was supposed to be under 600 pounds. I needed to be 599. I got down to 592. So I was ecstatic about that. When I got down to 592, the doctor said, okay, which surgery do you want? Do you want the bypass or do you want the sleeve? I looked at the options and I remembered which one works for me. And I felt that the sleeve would be better because, in my opinion, you can go from a sleeve to a bypass, but you cannot go from a bypass to a sleeve. So after I made the decision to do the sleeve, the doctor said, okay, because of the sleeve, we need to do an acid reflux test because if you're going to have the sleeve, there's going to be so much acid that could potentially build up that it's going to be uncomfortable and unbearable for you as a person. And that's not healthy. So they went to see if I was going to have ulcers. So within a couple of weeks, the doctor scheduled me for a colonoscopy and an endoscopy, which is where they stick the tube down your throat while you're on anesthesia. So they gave me a list of things to do, and one of them was I had to go 24 hours without eating. I went NPO. Well, actually, I went 24 hours without eating, which was difficult. They only gave me liquids, and I was only able to eat clear Jello. So I was able to eat orange. I was able to eat orange, yellow, but I was not able to eat any dark colored jello because if you eat dark colored jello, when the surgeon is down there, they're going to get that confused for blood. That's the reason why you're not supposed to eat that. I was also drinking Miralax and Gatorade because I knew that as much as I went to the bathroom, that what would happen is that it was going to run me off really badly, and as a result, I would not have the electrolytes to move around. So I was drinking Gatorade along with that. As I got finished with that, they did the scope on me. They put me to sleep. The test results came back negative. That was in October. So when October pulled around, I hit the weight number and I was ready to be prepared for surgery. Then lightning strikes. The lightning struck me was that my insurance company was saying that I filled out a questionnaire, and one of the questions that they were asking me was I a smoker? And I told them yes. And as a result, they said, we're not going to pay for this. You need to come back and do a smoke test. So I went back and did the smoke test and found out that I smoked years ago, but I always claimed I was a smoker because I thought that that was what they wanted me to say. I didn't know that if you haven't smoked in over 6 months, they don't consider you a smoker. So after that had passed, I went ahead and proceeded to go on into the next phase of it. And the next part of it, the next video vlog we're going to do, we're going to talk about what happened with the insurance company and what led up to this day. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys will do me a favor, subscribe, click share, and share this with somebody who is actually interested in learning more about the sleeve and the recovery turn. Talk to you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.